Gerard Phillips, K&L Gates, we've recently seen calls for a federal ICAC with the powers of a standing royal commission. Should this, if we do get one, should it be modelled on the New South Wales ICAC?
Well, it depends what you want to do, Kate. The New South Wales ICAC is an investigatory body. I mean, it looks like a court, but it is not. It is there to investigate whether or not there's been corruption. So, one of the issues with the New South Wales model is that you have all of these hearings. People apparently have been involved in various conduct, but no one's ever charged with anything. And New South Wales ICAC is under some scrutiny at the moment as to how its model is progressing and whether or not that is the correct model, because the hearings we've had over the past 18 months, certainly no one's been charged with anything, and the chances are that it's unlikely that they'll be charged with anything unless the conduct is otherwise a breach of the Crimes Act.
What about the fact that the hearings are conducted publicly in New South Wales? Should we see similar things done in the federal ICAC?
Well, a lot of what ICAC in New South Wales has done has been public hearings. Now, they conduct public hearings for a number of reasons. One, to sort of educate the public and educate the public service. But there's got to be some concern about that, because there are people who've been pulled into the ICAC, not accused of anything, and yet their reputations have suffered dreadfully as a result of it, simply by the mere fact of being called before ICAC. ICAC does have a capacity to have private hearings, and I think as an investigatory body, private hearings is something that they should conduct far more frequently than apparently is the case right now. I mean, if the police are investigating crimes, they don't conduct public hearings. They do it in private, and if people are not involved in any wrongdoing, well, their good names and reputations are preserved.
Gerard, you mentioned before that we're not seeing some of the investigations lead to criminal charges. How can we deal with this issue where you've got seemingly serious findings of corruption and it won't necessarily result in findings of criminal conduct and associated recovery actions? Is there a solution?
Look, well, I think there is, and I think the lawmakers should seriously look at an offence of corruption as a public official, or corruption of a public official if it's somebody else, which actually sits in the Crimes Act. So a body like ICAC could continue to investigate these matters, but if they find something proven, so corruption in public life, it's a crime, and then the various confiscation of proceeds of crime type acts which currently exist can then kick in. So at the moment, if you are found corrupt by ICAC, well, it's obviously a dreadful thing to happen for you personally, but it's not a crime.
Well, it's an interesting point of view, Gerard. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kate.